Okay, so I noticed that YouTube has transcribed Farmer Erotica for me, and it didn't do a very good job of it, so now I'm going to read the transcribed version. Armor Radhika, Part 1. I Care a Track. He runs his face into her pelvis, likened vicious ago, his skin dripping wet with her dream cream. More cheaper, same Cubase, excitedly devalue her like a pig a trough. Over all, she cries, my oldest son, Jake tongue feels like a cure for ovarian cancer. Do tell me you'll never move out. Rule, this is headquarters ties, in cases of her with a slight hesitant in his eyes. As the sun rises from... Fuck! As the sun rises from the window, the rooster begins to crow. She firms in the pile of a breeding heading now. Why do you stop? She separate. Well, I'm sorry, says Rule. Breaking his silence, tension, listening, enterprise, again. Vrel unfailingly break through orgasm, answer feedstock alongside his body like a ride a horse. Her face comports on verge of pain ecstasy. She's hell's harmonizing with the rooster wielding the morning sun and plain view. Former Rock, Part 2. Bike Aircraft. Later that afternoon, Rule finds himself exhausted and suppressed by the humidity of the newer radiating from the stables. But if they ever, and he thinks of himself as he passes for office for help, his head, his handkerchief, wilts with sadness. In fact, the accumulation of bodily fluids on it, and so dense, handkerchief itself is completely resilient any foreign cleansing whatsoever. As Cruel continues to groom himself, he notices on the progress of the field 2 equals soaring amongst the spruce trees to fill in what appears to be a potentially other destructive mating ritual. Rule walks across the pasture for a better look. Eagles are entangled together, talent free-falling repeatedly, great cities, rulers, and transfer instruction keep yours forcefully at the couple at notice that there is in fact genital insertion and agitation, which is a neat trick since deals have clock. Wrote about his fund, bunkles his overalls, and let the Denham politicians. Needs he cuts his balls sake and pulls them in his hand, secretly taking pride in the fact that he can be care feels like what people but please. His erection becomes so strong at this point that could literally support a family, 500 pounds. Keystrokes insulting grizzly slowly falling into the grass every exhale. Eagles few moments. The Eagles continue to make 11th at this look captain shout up by the rules. Open chest, heels. Boats float in the air. Dissidence is about his body for a split second, mimicking the conjoined birds. For the warming, glistening scripts liquid and sacred lands back on herself, and triples, opposite sides of his core that have been making its way to generous so little. Hebrews federally stare straight ahead, no longer capable of registering any of his surroundings. His paralyzed would decide affection, but not deep enough. Good job, Google. Good job.